Who'd have thought that this quiet corner of Planet Luxury would spawn a big-ticket bike that sounds like a jet airplane? The noise is nirvana to daredevils with deep pockets. They're chic celebrities and others who can't wait to throw down 200 grand to get turbinized.
The first bike we built was for a customer who we had built several boats for, and quite literally said, whatever it costs, I want the first one. Well, we were going to build a second bike, which I was going to keep for myself, when Jay Leno called and said, you know, Ted, I'm a member of the More Money Than Brains Club. I saw your bike, give me a call, and the rest is history. When asked to describe the sensation of the turbine and its acceleration, he commented, it's like the hand of God pushing you. That pretty well sums it up, I think. We guarantee every bike to do 250 miles an hour, your money back. One customer decided to challenge that claim and was cited for 217 miles an hour in a 55, which was a trophy for him, but unfortunately that trophy cost him $10,000.
In the heart of the Sonoran Desert, you'll find the Beverly Hills of the Southwest. Scottsdale, Arizona, with one of the richest zip codes in America, is the kind of place where a $5 million home is considered modest. Celebrities like Mike Tyson and Jenna Jameson live here, enjoying the high life and showing off their luxury toys. Life in Scottsdale is sunny and sweet.
Hi, I'm Mark Brooks. We're in Paradise Valley, Arizona. I own a Y2K MTT Superbike turbine powered. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the fastest and the most expensive motorcycle in the world.
It's late Sunday afternoon, and multimillionaire businessman Mark Brooks is filling up his MTT Superbike with jet fuel. He and his bike are getting ready to strut their stuff at tonight's Scottsdale Car Show.
Definitely impulse buying. I was at a exotic car auction called the Barrett-Jackson they have here in Scottsdale once a year, and I met Ted McIntyre, who produces the motorcycles, and was definitely intrigued by the originality of it and decided I wanted to have one.
Mark Brooks drives so fast he doesn't dare look down at his speedometer. So he uses a global positioning system to check his speed after the fact.
I personally threw a little GPS, little Garmin GPS in my back pocket, and have been over 200 mile an hour on local highways. We went down to a runway in Louisiana, and they got up in the 260, 270 mile an hour range. I've actually watched this bike do 200 mile an hour on a runway from a quarter mile away, and you'd swear if your eyes were closed, there was a military jet strafing you on the runway.
Every time he gets a new toy, he's like really obsessed with it. It gets a lot of attention from everyone. Like when we're at the pavilions and car shows, it attracts the whole entire crowd over.
Mark Brooks doesn't hide his high-flying luxury toys. He stops into car shows to burn a little rubber and give the crowds a hot taste of turbine.
Doing a burnout on a jet-powered motorcycle is different than any other motorcycle or car that you would actually try and spin the back tire on. The RPM of the back wheel is so fast, it's like you're doing 120 mile an hour standing still. The next big task is to get it to stop without the back tire actually gripping to the pavement and bucking you off like a wild bull. Of course, the smoke going from 0 to 120 standing still instantly is a tremendous amount of smoke. So I let the bike wind down, turn it off, and then, of course, the crowd, they love anything that looks like you're going to wreck or you're out of control, you know, especially with smoke and fire.
So Ted didn't do that for you?
I know when I was a kid, I used to go to like car shows with my dad and things, and the funny thing is a lot of times you'd see something that really interests you and you'd go to ask questions, and the person you'd be asking the questions might be a little bit arrogant or just kind of bored with answering questions and not want to participate and answer questions for you. And I always thought, you know what, if I ever had anything unique, you know, one is I'm going to use it, it's not going to sit in the garage where no one can see it, and two is I'm going to be friendly to people and answer their questions and, you know, let them share the experience. You know, I think everybody likes to show off a little bit or have a little fun or be noticed. I mean, obviously, you have to be kind of a show-off to ride this type of vehicle, whether, you know, you're driving a turbine-powered motorcycle or you're driving around in a Rolls-Royce. You know, it's just as easy to get a minivan. It's going to get you where you want to go. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a show-off factor to own and to operate, you know, a jet-powered motorcycle.
our group that we hang out with and we ride with, you know, is a pretty, you know, not to sound bad or conceited, it's a pretty upper echelon group. So when you have a bunch of guys with money, you know, they basically try to get the biggest, baddest toy around. It's the one up, you know? So it's like when you have the group of guys that just have a lot of money to spend, and the toys they get are absolutely, you know, unlimited and ridiculous. Mark right now is pretty much holding the pot as far as ridiculous toys.
You know, everybody has their hobbies and the things they enjoy doing, and, you know, some people, you know, like art hanging on the wall or an expensive violin. To me, I like motorcycles and cars, so it motivates you to spend your money, you know, on something that you can enjoy.
The Superbike is flying at more than 250 kilometers per hour. It's a dream toy and an unbeatable rush for someone who can afford to live in the luxurious fast lane and ride off into the perfect desert sunset.